This year has been absolutely huge for XRP, and I'm sure a lot of you are already telling Nick to pace himself. It hasn't been that great. We need to talk about it then. Hi and welcome to the group. My name is Nick. For those of you who are new to the channel, I hope you subscribe by the end of this movie. Looking at this market, it's very easy to miss all the big releases, news, and growth that has happened in the last few months and even in the past year. This is because of how the prices are moving. Almost the only thing that tells you if something is good or bad in this space is how the price moves. I've seen this a lot in the shopping sector. It's possible to have the best thing ever in this space, but the price doesn't seem to match what you should be seeing. It's bad right away. When it comes to selling, price is the only thing that makes a project good or bad. The same goes for XRP, right? For example, if we look at the last 24 hours, we can see that the market has gone up a lot. And I'm sure you all know why. But if we look back at the first year, it's pretty flat. The all-time chart shows that the market has been very flat, waiting for a big jump. I always look at this time period from about 2022 to now, from about 2018 to 2021, because that's when we're waiting for that big jump up on XRP to well over $1. But right now, no one cares about what's going on with XRP or any other cryptocurrency. No one is interested in the big news stories that came out this year. They only care about how much XRP costs. I've always said that price in this space could be very confusing. Here are some of the most important XRP news stories from this year, though. First, right, we're now going back to the end of April. It's possible for us to go back even further, like to the Axler statements. There was also great news about the XRP ledger in terms of tokenization efforts going back to around the end of 2023. All of the changes and relistings that have been revealed are also great. But if we go back to the end of April, we're happy to say that Ripple, Hashkey Group, and SBI Group have formed a relationship. This will bring XRP ledger-powered solutions to Japan's business world, starting with supply chain finance. It was great to hear this. We also got this in Japan and Korea. We're excited to announce the launch of the XRP Ledger Japan and Korea Fund. This fund will support innovation and usefulness on the XRP Ledger and in APAC. It will do this through business partnerships, development grants, startup investments, community growth, and many other things. But once more, pay attention to the times. It's June 10th. On June 13th, 3 days later, we got the big news that sThankx would be adding hundreds of millions of dollars worth of tokenized real-world assets to the XRP system over the next year. With this change, the XRP ledger is now officially the best blockchain for tokenizing RWA. Tokenization of RWAs is also possible thanks to sThankx partnerships with major financial institutions. The longer these institutions work together, the more they will be able to use the XRP system to tokenize their assets. He also said something which you can see below. We have, and now. Our business is just beginning the next big stage of adoption. This is where blockchain technology will really help large-scale financial markets. Then, of course, August 9th. Test, ROUSD. Yes, it was made public that stablecoin is, in the testing phase. I'm really looking forward to this going live. This was a big news, but I think it will lead to a lot of great opportunities, especially when it comes to tokenization. Besides this, we have 3 big news coming up on September 2nd. First, Featureverse, an AI and metaverse tech business, is working with Ripple Custody to protect the custody. The XRP Ledger NFT standard already uses XRP as the gas token on the source network, which is one of its assets, is built into the XRP Ledger DEX to provide network liquidity, and smart contracts are built right in. Smart contracts are something they're looking at around 2025 or so, and then we got the $60 million promised to Ubri. This was also a big statement for XRP and Ripple. But that was in September. August was also a big month. I also have to talk about August 13th, which was the date that the Commodities Futures Trading Commission was told of this first listing. I'm sorry, Bitnomal is launching XRP USD Futures XUS at a big event. This is also a big one. Everyone was very happy about this, and it caused some people to talk about a possible XRP ETF and what would happen with it. Also, everyone was guessing about things like, okay, are we getting to the point of derivatives and this and that? But as we really think about all of these announcements, the most important thing I want you to remember is that this is all pressure. Yes, it's been a great year with a lot of big announcements and growth since March, but most of this space has been flat. It's actually been either flat or selling off. Stop looking at the map to decide if something is good or bad in the space. I say this over and over again. Even when I'm talking about altcoins or other things, coins are still the most important thing right now. What has Bitcoin done since March if we look back a year? Not a single thing. Bitcoin and XRP have been around since March and are still being used. This is because the space is still pretty flat. There isn't much going on, but that doesn't change the fact that XRP has been the subject of huge news after huge announcement. Also, we have this big news about the XRP ETF, which is the big thing that everyone has been looking for. As a scoop, Grayscale is going to start the first US XRP trust, which could lead to an ETF. The first XRP trust in the US will be launched by Grayscale. It will be a so-called closed-end fund that will give authorized investors direct access to XRP. I don't like the idea of accredited buyers at all. I believe that is somewhat of it's something I could see around, some things in the sky. I remember things like poly trust and so on. What I don't get about this, though, is why the thing about qualified investors is connected to it. Why not let everyone in? I don't get it. No matter what, though, most people know that Grayscale has been a major player in the field. When it comes to XLM and a few other digital assets, there has been a lot of trust in Grayscale. XRP was on that list at one point, but it was taken off when the SEC lawsuit happened. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, so is Grayscale going to support XRP or not? I think this is a big deal because it means they are still backing XRP. Again, the accredited investors thing makes no sense to me, so I hate it. But this quote from Brad Garlinghouse comes from Eleanor, who was the first person to really break this. We were happy to hear this news, even though it was bound to happen. As I've said before, because XRP is now regulated clearly in the US and other places, I think it will only be a matter of time before the space grows. We also have people down here from a blockchain background who are truly interested. What makes you think that this is only for our credit investors? All retail investors can get things like Live Peer Salon, a Filecoin, and Important Land Trust. Also, I don't get that. That makes no sense to me at all. I believe we should talk about and pay attention to this. That being said, I do believe this is a very exciting event. We also have that Grayscale XRP Trust lets buyers get into XRP, which is the token power in the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger is a distributed peer-to-peer network that was made to help with international money transfers. In other words, I believe this is excellent. Also, I do want to bring this up. So give Edward Farina a big shout. This is what I mean when I say Grayscale and letting down the XRP community, going all the way back to January 2020, up to about this is actually January 2021. He messed up this time. The case started around December 2020. After the claims against Ripple in January 2021, Grayscale sold their XRP assets. This should teach people how. The SEC government hurt people who owned XRP. It's wrong that XRP was taken away in the first place. This is what I mean too. After taking all XRP out of the fund's portfolio and selling it when the SEC case was announced, they are now adding it back in. This took place on January 4th, 2021. Now this is just being put back the same way all the other XRP deals have been. Wonderful. I just wish this wasn't limited to qualified investors. I don't get why we need to build that wall. That being said, Brad Garlinghouse also added his little joke gif that most people know about. Also, it's pretty cool. Listen up. This is great. This is really cool. This is the same reason I said it was great that XRP was added back to all of these big exchanges. It makes more cash available. There is more cash on hand. It lets more trades happen. It also gives you more access. It's possible that this will bring in a lot more money because accredited investors have a lot of money to spend. This is great to see, in my opinion. It definitely makes us wonder if there will be an XRP ETF. Quickly. I think it makes sense to have an XRP ETF. It's not necessary for XRP's price to go through the roof, but having one would be nice. But until Grayscale's news, we hadn't heard much about that. That made people on the cannon. Forums wonder if there would be an XRP ETF soon. But we can see a few things if we go over here to the official release from Grayscale. For starters, we know that the trust gives investors a chance to get experience. We think that Grayscale XRP Trust gives buyers access to a protocol that has a useful real-world application because it makes it easy to send money across borders quickly. XRP has the ability to change the way traditional finance works. We also have this where they just give us a description of Grayscale and other things like that. I still think that this is mostly pointing us in the direction of an ETF coming soon, though. We're likely to go.